The moment KYLER Murray touches the field, everything changes. The noise, the pressure, the lights, it all bends around him. You don't just watch KYLER play, you hold your breath. Because in 1 second, he can look like the best quarterback in football, and in the next, he can throw it all away. That's what makes him dangerous and unforgettable. You never know which version of him you're about to see. People love him, people doubt him, but nobody ignores him. He's not the quiet type who fades in the background. He's the headline, the argument, and the spark that never dies. Every game feels like proof. Either he's the future or he's the problem. But before all the money, the noise, and the pressure, there was a kid in Texas who didn't just play football, he owned it. And that's where this story really starts to burn. Don't forget to subscribe to Redone Report for more powerful NFL stories. Before the fame and cameras, KYLER Murray was already a name whispered like a legend across Texas. At Allen High School, he didn't just play football, he ruled it. 43 wins, 0 losses. Every Friday night, thousands showed up not to see a game, but to witness a show. He was too quick, too sharp, too confident for anyone to stop. It wasn't about luck, it was control. Every throw precise, every move planned. In Texas, where football is life, KYLER became something larger than life. What made it unreal was how easy he made greatness look. He wasn't chasing records, they chased him. Coaches couldn't find a plan to slow him down, and defenders looked more like spectators than opponents. From the moment he stepped on that field, you could tell this wasn't normal talent. This was destiny wearing a helmet. And when he finally left Texas, he didn't just leave as a champion. He left as a myth, ready to test himself against the world. Most athletes dream of going pro once. KYLER Murray almost did it twice. While dominating football, he was also a baseball star good enough to be drafted 9th overall by the Oakland A's. That kind of talent doesn't come around often. He could throw a football like a dart and swing a bat with the same precision. 2 sports, 2 futures, one impossible choice. Everyone waited to see which world he'd choose, the safe money of baseball or the high-risk glory of the NFL. When KYLER picked football, it wasn't just a decision, it was a challenge to himself. He wanted to conquer the hardest job in sports, quarterback. People said he was too small, too different, too risky, but he never listened. He turned that doubt into fuel and made it clear. If he was going to fail, it would be on his own terms. That choice didn't just define his career, it defined who KYLER Murray was about to become. When KYLER Murray transferred to Oklahoma, everything clicked. He wasn't just playing football, he was rewriting how it could be played. Over 4,000 passing yards, another 1,000 on the ground, and the Heisman Trophy to top it off. Every snap felt like a highlight waiting to happen. He could burn defenses with his arm or disappear past them with his legs. By the end of that season, the football world wasn't just watching, it was chasing him. Then came 2019, and the Arizona Cardinals made the bold move, picking KYLER number 1 overall. A franchise stuck in the mud suddenly had life again. His rookie year brought the excitement back, and his next 2 seasons turned potential into production. Rookie of the year, back-to-back Pro Bowls, and a playoff run that made Arizona believe again. For the first time in years, the Cardinals had a face of the future, one that played with style, swagger, and silence-breaking confidence. Success came fast, but it didn't stay untouched. Late in 2021, an ankle injury slowed KYLER down and exposed something deeper: the weight of expectations. The same spark that once lit up the field started to flicker. When the playoffs came, the Cardinals were ready for a statement, but what followed was one of the toughest nights of his career. The Rams' defense cornered him, every mistake felt louder, and for the first time, his confidence looked shaken. That loss wasn't just a defeat, it was a reminder that talent alone doesn't win in January. As the noise around him grew, so did the pressure. Analysts called him inconsistent, teammates tried to rally, and fans questioned if he was built for the big moments. The glow of his early years faded, replaced by headlines about frustration and focus. For the first time, people stopped asking how great he could be, and started asking if he'd already peaked. The summer of 2022 was supposed to be his victory lap. Instead, it turned into chaos. KYLER signed a massive $230 million deal, but one small detail in the contract flipped everything upside down. A clause required him to study film for 4 hours a week on his own. Fans were stunned. Media exploded. It painted a picture of a quarterback who couldn't be trusted to prepare. The Cardinals removed it days later, but the damage was done. The jokes, the memes, the doubt, they all stuck harder than any defender ever had. Behind the scenes, everything around him was falling apart. His best receiver, DeAndre Hopkins, was suspended. The offensive line was banged up. The offense that once looked creative now felt predictable. KYLER wasn't just fighting opponents anymore. He was fighting a reputation. Every missed throw, every loss, every bad game became proof of what critics had been saying all along. What was supposed to be his moment of security had turned into a storm he couldn't control. Then came the moment that stopped everything. December 2022, Monday Night Football. Just 3 plays in, KYLER went down clutching his knee, and the stadium fell silent. The diagnosis was brutal. A torn ACL. For a player who built his game on speed and movement, it was more than an injury. It was a test of identity. The next 11 months were spent in rehab, away from cameras, away from noise. For the first time, he had nothing to prove to anyone but himself. That quiet time reshaped him. It wasn't about hype anymore. It was about getting back. When he finally returned in 2023 under new coach Jonathan Gannon, something felt different. He wasn't chasing highlights, he was chasing control. His first game back ended in a comeback win, and the energy in Arizona changed overnight. The team started strong, winning 5 of their first 6 in 2024. KYLER looked calm, confident, and in command again, but just when it seemed like the story was turning, the old struggles crept back in. Missed reads, late interceptions, and a slide that left them outside the playoffs once more. The comeback was real, but the breakthrough still waited. By the end of the season, KYLER's numbers looked strong. Nearly 3,900 yards, over 20 touchdowns, and flashes of the brilliance that once defined him. But stats never told his story. What made KYLER stand out wasn't the scoreboard, it was the way he kept fighting. Every time the league tried to count him out, he came back sharper, smarter, and more patient. He was no longer just the flashy playmaker. He was learning how to be a leader, even in silence. The mistakes were still there, but so was growth. The debate around him will never fade. Some will always doubt, others will always believe. But KYLER Murray's story isn't about choosing a side. It's about watching evolution in real time. He's not finished, not broken, and not the player people once thought he was. He's still writing his chapter, one game at a time. Because the truth about KYLER is simple. Every time the world questions him, he finds a way to answer. Blessings to all my Red Zone Report subscribers family. Your support means everything. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and I too catch you in the next one.